Hey everyone, welcome back. This is DisturbingPuppet, and I'm slightly sick. But today we're going to continue my Orc campaign in Warhammer 40,000 Gladius, Relics of War. A bit sneezy and stuff, so hopefully that's not going to be too big of a problem. I'll try not to curse after I sneeze or something. Alright, we're going to continue. Things are going pretty well. We've got the last AI, which is the Necrons, bottled up, and I'm trying to follow the Orc campaign storyline stuff. So we are red on the map. The Necrons are blue. So I've got a force kind of down here along with my air force. Basically just trying to keep the Necrons under control, wiping out any units that they produce, that kind of stuff. So we've got a decent little force, even all the way over here. Basically what they've kind of been doing is they're building up units in the back and then kind of coming at me in a rush. And so I brought the air force in to wipe out units that are weak that then kind of retreat back. So that's what we're planning with the force here, just to keep them bottled up. Just trying to follow the Orc storyline. For that, what we've got to do is build the Gargantuan Squiggoth. So we did the research for the Waaaggghhh grounds. I'm currently building one in my capital. That has 4 turns left. Then I can start actually building a Squiggoth. I'm assuming what's going to happen then is, storyline-wise, is I'm supposed to be using the Squiggoth to transport our Orc Hulk to a particular location for launch. So I'm assuming there's probably going to be some enemies that will spawn in there. And then we'll kind of have to deal with it. So I've got a little bit of a horde here. This is pretty much my entire army, other than the little force I've got down in the city. So we've got 3 Gorkanauts, we've got some battle wagons, War Boss, Weird Boys, Pain Boys. So we're doing pretty well. I've got an air force. Most of them I've dispatched down to the south in the fight against the Necrons. But we can always recall them if we need to. So I could have finished the game by now by just wiping out the Necrons, but I've kind of wanted to see what happens with the Orc storyline stuff. I am probably going to have to ramp up my food production, just kind of looking up at production for the Squiggoth, because it does require a lot of food to make, and then food for upkeep. Everything else is relatively okay. So let me just quickly check on the stream and make sure everything seems to be working. I hope it's working. Okay, yeah. I was waiting for actually seeing movement on the stream there when I moved the camera around. It's kind of weird with issues I've had. I'm using OBS for streaming and saving the stuff that I stream. What's weird is when I exit out of the game, everything freezes, and I don't know what is causing that. I've looked up a bunch of tips and help stuff for OBS, but I don't know what the issue is. I've had some other weird issues with menus and things, but I haven't been able to find any fixes. Even with the updates and things, it doesn't seem to make a difference. So I've already done all my unit movement and stuff for the turn, so I can zoom way back out, see all my icons. I've got some mechs in the city for repairs, so I'm kind of bringing back some fighters that were damaged to get repairs. New ones are heading out. If anything else gets trashed, we'll bring it back here for repairs. This is my capital, so we're working on another Dacajet and the Waaaggghhh grounds. My other cities up here, we've got fighting pits for loyalty increase and Dacajet. And we've got fighting pits for loyalty and Dacajet in a turn. So this map actually was kind of interesting. There's a lot of water. Compared to the last one when I played as the Necrons, it's quite different, so it's kind of interesting to see. A lot of water, a lot of choke points getting through to certain positions, especially getting in through here. Necrons had spread from here out to, I think, here, and had built the city also up here somewhere, wherever the Necron tomb there. So we destroyed the city and kind of worked our way down, taking out the Necrons. Necrons wiped out the Imperial Guard. I wiped out the Space Marines, who initially had been up here. But that's kind of it for recap. What am I researching? Increase healing rate of units for Green Flood. So it's just if we're hanging out on Orkoid Fungus. The Orcs do have a lot of cool mechanics and stuff, which is kind of interesting to check out. So I've kind of enjoyed playing around with that. Let's center down here. We'll see what happens. Hit end turn. Producing more units and throwing them at me occasionally. Beating up my little war buggy unit. Green Flood increases healing rate of units. Through the cooperation of a team of bad docs and rut herds, your warlords have prescribed a new, more orky diet to make the boys bigger and stronger, quicker. Whether the cold oil squigs for breakfast and face eater squigs for dinner actually have any physical effects is immaterial. The boys believe it, and that makes it work. So, research. More ore when killing stuff. This is increased accuracy for mech guns, not that important. Bomber for anti-infantry isn't that big of a deal because we're not running into infantry much. Fly boss is possible because we are fighting a lot of Necrons, so this increases ranged accuracy against flyers, jet bikes, and skimmers, so that could be good. And then we're all the way at the end. Production of Rutherford Grounds, so this is producing Squiggoths. Hammer of Wrath grants Defcoptas and Squiggoths the ability to perform devastating attacks. That's interesting. Rapid decomposition causes units to create orkoid fungus when they die. This I really like. It's kind of a cool idea. I'm not sure how useful it is. Short term, I think for now we'll just make the Dakkajits better, and then we'll worry about other stuff later. So we had a bit of production, nothing too major. One more Dakkajit, so we'll start sending him on down. Moving in my other newer jets. Let's send these guys back for repairs as well. They've got a new one here. So I'm definitely kind of assuming that there's going to be something that will spawn in I'll have to deal with. It's possible there's not, but I'm just sort of assuming it, especially based on the Necron. The end of their storyline required just a massive invasion of Necrons and a Catan we had to deal with, and it just kind of seemed like it was never going to end and just keep going forever and ever, but eventually we got through it. But I'm a lot further in the tech tree and stuff with the Orks, and we've got a lot more turns in with the Orks than I did with the Necrons. I didn't actually research a lot of later tier stuff with the Necrons because I just didn't need to. We didn't get that far in the game. Just going to have the mechs do as much repairs as we can for the jets. We'll wait till they're fully healed up before we send them back into combat. This whole horde here I'm just going to leave sit tight. I don't really need to do anything. So what do we have? Probably want to get you out of there if we can. This monolith is pretty banged up. We should be able to finish it off with our fighters. We'll just send in the war boss. Do some damage here. Are you back to full health? Yes. So I'm moving him up so I can use my Warpath ability. I'm out of range for the war boss, but could use it on the knobs, and they can also get in an attack on the Catan. Do as much damage as possible. Let me pull back to here, but that's fine. So now we've got quite a bit of damage on it. Pain Boy's still healing up, so he can stay there, that's fine. I'm going to leave the guns on Overwatch, so I'm not actually going to attack with them. I'll do the same with the battle wagon here. Pain Boy's going to hang out. Anything gets damaged, we'll kind of send it over here, it'll get repaired. Vehicles and stuff we can park on the Orkoid Fungus to heal up. Of course, that doesn't work with the fighters, but you can't have everything. Let's see if we can finish this off with our healthy guys, and we can send the weak guys away. It is actually sort of helpful to have the Necrons in the game still, so I can keep attacking, which gives me more influence, and then also getting a little bit of additional ore each time I kill a unit. So in a way, it's sort of beneficial to sort of hold on to a weak enemy. Do I want to send you back, or have you do some shooting at the Catan? So you can shoot the Catan. You're still okay. Down to 18. Let's go ahead and take a shot. Since he is weak, I'm definitely going to have him jink. You're also a little banged up. You can't jink. You can jink just in case. You can jink just in case. Yeah, the artillery will just leave in case he produces any other units that might come out this way. We can get some Overwatch shots on it. Mainly kind of been using these guys to scout, so for right now they can stay put. Stay put to heal. All of these guys are just going to stay where they're at. Kind of ready to be deployed and when we get the next step of the storyline going. Okay, we made fighting pits, so we've got positive loyalty out here. That's nice. Do I have any spots to build anything? Maybe? Is that a spot? No. Yeah, it's hard to tell, actually. There's little dark spots that represent where you can put buildings, and it's a little hard to tell based on the terrain that's underneath if you actually have spaces available for production or not. I do have spots I can put Orkoid fungus. A lot. I actually haven't built much Orkoid fungus out here. Let's just go ahead and grab another tile, I think. Food production is probably going to be something we want to ramp up a little bit. Do I have any decent food production anywhere? 20% for everything. We'll just grab that, that's fine. Let's go ahead and make another Dakajet. Here, we're working on the fighting pits and the Dakajet. Our capital, we're still working on that. The Dakajet. I'm holding off on other stuff from the capital just because I want to hoard my resources for now. I could start working on another Gorkanaut, possibly, if I wanted another one. They do drain a lot of resources, though. My ore production's pretty good, so that's not too big of an issue. It's influence that I'll lose a lot of. I'm doing good, but the more influence that I have, the higher my wall level is. The higher the wall level, the more damage I do, so I kind of want to keep that as high as possible. Yeah, for right now, I think I'm just going to hold off. Maybe if we find more enemies, then I'll plan on building at least one more Gorkanaut. But I'd like to actually pump out some, maybe more than one of the necessary Gargantuan Squiggoths. So that would be kind of cool to have, I think. I just want to check them out, check out all the units, try them out, play with them a little bit. So you're fine for now. Population increased here. That's something else I'm going to have to watch is population. Yeah, more stuff being produced. Seems like I don't have line of sight, so I'm not getting Overwatch shots. There's some Overwatch shots, finally. Not against the target I would choose. Oh, we actually repaired here. Why did we repair? That's odd. I'm not on Orkoid fungus in this location. Unless I misread. So Green Flood increases healing rate of units. I guess that could give all units a healing rate, even if they didn't have one before. I just kind of assumed if you already had one on Orkoid Fungus, it would just increase it on the Orkoid Fungus. Not that you would passively regenerate health like the Necrons do, but maybe I'm passively regenerating health. I'll have to actually check and see if I can spot that just to be sure. Unfortunately, we've got Triarch Praetorians. One of the hero abilities for the characters for the Necrons actually lets them summon these Praetorians for a couple turns. They're really actually quite tough, so they can take a massive beating. So they are kind of blocking my access for like my boss or something to take on the Doomsday Arc here and finish it off. But we've got fighters and stuff, so we should be okay. The war buggies I am going to pull out of the city. Knobs are banged up, but not super bad. See if we can finish off the Catan here. You are a little hurt. Well, there's the Lord. Well, we're back to full health, so let's move him into the city. We'll heal up the knobs, and then we're just going to have them fight Praetorians, see what kind of damage we can do. My artillery and stuff should do a decent job against the Doomsday Arc. Let's see what kind of damage we can get. Yeah, not too bad. I keep calling them artillery, but they're technically, I guess, more anti-infantry, anti-skimmer kind of units. This unit I'm going to pull back and heal up, since they count as infantry. We are the law? What? What? Was that you, the Necron, saying that, or was that my knob saying that? Either one's kind of odd based on that exchange. We're the law! Okay, calm down. So we've got a bunch of these units weakened. What can we do to kill stuff? Take out Doomsday Arc. Praetorians are pretty trashed as well. Almost kill him. Maybe we'll send in the copters. And since we're in range of the city here, I'm definitely going to have these guys jink as well. These guys are a bit banged up, so I'm going to go ahead and start sending them back towards the capital just to get out of there. You can stay put, that's fine. You're almost repaired. That tops him up. Yeah, back to full. Unfortunately, I'm taking a long time just to deal with all my units and stuff, since I am actually fighting. So it's taking a little while to get through the story stuff. You guys can stay put. Let's see, you are... Yeah, I swear you must have healed some on your own. Back into the fight. These guys are all just going to stay put. Next can stay there. Guys move back. Kind of reposition in the city a little bit. Population increased. So we're good on building requirements for population, so that's fine for now. Everything's kind of set there, so that's fine. Everything else must still be set in the other cities. What's my population issues looking like? Yeah, 17 required. We're at 20 out of 24. Here, 17 required, 16 out of 17. So we are going to have to increase the population of this city. So after we finish grabbing a tile, we're going to have to build some Gratz huts. So that'll increase my population a little bit. Provided I remember, of course. So we produced another jet. Didn't look like the Necrons made any more units. Kind of hard to see if I can actually fly adjacent to the Lord here. Kind of looking for where the highlighted movement spots are, and it's really hard to see sometimes with the buildings. I might be crazy, but it looks like I can't go into the city at all from this position, which is possible. So we want to kill the Lord here off, because otherwise every few turns he's going to keep producing those Praetorian Guards and sending them against me, which is just kind of a hassle. And here in the city, I just basically want to leave units a little bit further away from the center so they're not getting shot at. So we'll pull back just a little bit with the Mega Knobs and stuff here. Next turn, we can move the boss back and heal him up. So even up to this spot, we can get shot from the center of the city, but from here we can't. That's a little weird because I played before and it seemed like the city tiles always blocked line of sight, but now it doesn't seem like it does. When you're in the city, you can still shoot at you from the center. That could just be for the Necrons, or could just be for depending on where the buildings are located, what kinds of buildings are there, I'm not sure. But it definitely seemed like in the previous playthrough I had that your city tiles would even block your own line of sight for shooting from the center of your city out at other targets and stuff. Just get out of range at the center of the city. Killing things makes me happy. Because I'm an orc! So I think we'll just kind of base some guys around here out of view. Produces more stuff, we can send them in. These guys are a little banged up, but not too bad yet. Yeah, this is an okay location. We'll just keep them there. Keep you there on Overwatch. You guys are healed back up. I don't really like this spot for them. I'll just move them up here for now. You guys need to head back, get some repairs going. You can join the rest of my Air Force. Park these guys on the Orkoid fungus, so they should definitely repair either way. I feel like I have just this massive Air Force here. Check the audio. I know I have a super loud mouse, so all the clicking and stuff is probably a little irritating. Let's see, where do I want you guys? Let's just put you there. Oh, got another Dakajet, or Fight-A-Bomber, as I would call them, as they used to be called. I'm not sure if it's only this game calls them Dakajets, or if it's now the official name. They're always changing that kind of stuff. So in my capital, we made the Dakajet. What do we want to do now? We'll have one turn. We'll actually have the Runherd grounds ready to go. Population is good. Loyalty should be positive, just barely, once we get the Runherd grounds going. That could change as population increases, though. Resource-wise, I do have a decent amount of energy. I'm not getting a lot of extra energy because I'm building a lot of fighters and stuff. I may actually hold off. Honestly, a Gorkanaut is probably better for me, potentially, even though they are quite slow. Takes 5 turns. I'll wait and see how long the production is going to cost, or how long it's going to take for the Gargantuan Squiggoths, and we'll kind of see. Maybe we'll try to have a Gorkanaut and a Squiggoth at the same time. I'm going to hold off building any more fighters because they do require energy upkeep, and I'm barely getting any positive energy now, so we'll just kind of hold it where we're at. So only working on the Runherd grounds for now. Here we need population and probably food. So let's go with the Grotz huts, and then we'll put food production on there as well. That's going to take forever, 7 turns. Fighting pits and Dakajets, yeah, that's fine. I'm going to stop production of Dakajets here, though, I think, just because we're going to end up being negative energy for a little while. We'll try to increase our energy production as well as food production. There's more stuff. I don't know why I'm not getting any Overwatch shots there. Let's just be that because I can't see to that particular tile. But then when he attacks me, I can see. So I would think once he attacks me and I can spot him, then I should get Overwatch shots. But it doesn't seem to be working that way. And we got the Runherd grounds, got the fighting pits. Let's just check the Runherd grounds here. Produce Gargantuan Squigoth. Massive fearsome beast unit that crushes enemy troops and serves as a transport. Requires a lot of food, pretty good amount of ore, actually. Upkeep is just food. So that'll just by itself put us from positive food production to negative food production once we have one. Take 11 turns, wow. Yeah, so we'll wait maybe till we've got 5 turns left, and then we'll start working on the Gorkanaut at the same time. Do I have space to build anything? Food production is probably what I want. I don't see any spots. Yeah, I must not. So if I want food production, what are my choices? See, plus 50%. That's probably going to be by far the best. Yeah, 30 or 50. Only a couple structures. I might be able to clear it and build more stuff there, though. Since there's Imperial Ruins, we're able to clear the tile. Now I'll grab that one for the food production. I might even send a mech up there just to clear the tile. Goes there. The rest of you are fine. So we've got another monolith here to fight. It's fine. We've got anti-air, anti-skimmer guns ready to go. Yeah, I guess we'll kind of have to move these guys up if we want to get a shot. Right, let's boost the attack power of the War Boss. He's still in good enough shape. We don't need to run him back to heal up yet. We'll send him against the Monolith. A lot of damage. These guys can stay put. I can't get access to it to fight it. So leave them there. I'll probably use one of the fighters here to finish that Monolith off. Got a bunch on the other side. Use a lower level guy. See if we can level him up. Not quite enough yet. Can't tell, can I get in this space at one turn? I don't really want to be there because I get shot at by the city. It's not ideal anyway. Somebody's going to have to go in there though. Monolith down. These guys will head back around to our airbase that I've just decided arbitrarily is our airbase. Sort of moving out of sight. With my Air Force. So many jets, so many jets. All right, finish the fighting pit out here. Loyalty's still negative, but it's better than it was. What do we have? Population's okay. I can build out here, plus 20% food or power. Both would be nice. I think we'd probably throw one of each. Start with food, I think. Working on that stuff. Grabbing a tile. Gargantuan Squiggoth. I'm going to hold off anything else on my capital as well. Got a spider. Just going to keep pumping out units and letting me kill them. Attacking my war boss, making him angry. Before I do anything else, Prophet of the Waaaaggghhh, that'll give me some extra influence when I attack with those units for the next few turns. I always forget about the Jakaro digital weapon that I have as well, which is an additional special attack on top of my regular attack that does a little bit more damage. Just population increases, so nothing important. So, let's see, positioning-wise, just move down here to attack, so he can just kill it outright. I don't actually want to kill it outright, I'd like to have more guys attack. See if I can heal up the war boss while I'm at it. So if I can have more other units attack, or I might as well just go ahead and do some attacks on the city center as well. Still want to destroy it, I just want to get as much additional influence as I can. Which I just get from doing any attack. But I need targets. Could do some just general attacks on the city center, but it's kind of dangerous to send troops, even flyers and stuff. If I'm jinking, it's maybe okay, but I don't really want to get them banged up because I don't have a way to repair them down here. So I think we're just going to pull back with the Air Force. They're still healing up, so we can just leave them there. War boss is fine. Heading back for repairs. Next can stay put. It's fine. You guys, let's move back a little bit. Orders are set. Orders are set. Yeah, we'll just kind of stay put there. That's fine. Not going to do any other additional production or anything. Trying to keep things positive as far as resources if I can. But yeah, we'll definitely have to rank up that food production at least. Energy production's getting a little close. A couple more fighters will put us at +2, I think. See, here again, I'm not getting Overwatch shots. And I'm not sure why, because I can see him. But I think I can only see him because he's attacking. Fly Boss increases ranged accuracy of decajets against flyers, jet bikes, and skimmers. Fly Bosses are ace pilots who survive more dogfights than they can count, even when using their toes. Alright, new research. Anything old I haven't researched? This is probably the oldest. Just a building that makes other buildings, increases influence, increases population limit. Increased growth rate of cities isn't that big of an issue for me. It's actually growing pretty quickly. More ore when killing stuff is nice, but not necessary. This is no big deal. The Burnabombas, I don't really have a lot of infantry I'm fighting, so I'm not really that concerned about it. Increased production output of Runt-Herd grounds. This might speed up the production of the Squiggoths. And this would be done before, I think I've got 9 or 10 turns left for the Squiggoth, so if I do this, it'll still be ready before that, so it might help. Let's go ahead and do that, I guess. Okay. Well, we've got a skimmer, so let's shoot it. Same thing, I keep pulling these guys back, they keep getting shot up, then healing them up over and over and over again. They're back to full health. Would have line of sight from here, so why not? It's not going to do much damage. Attacks will give me influence. War boss, just kill it. Painboy leveled up. Just decreasing the upkeep for units nearby. And we'll go ahead and heal up the knobs. He's actually hurt somehow, and I don't know why. I'll put him on some orchid fungus. Didn't even need the flyers. Just kind of hang out off the coast here. Glad I don't have to worry about fuel. Orcs ditching in the ocean because they run out of fuel. Got a new fighter. All right, picked up another tile. So let's see, this is what, yeah, we've got now 3 spots since we cleared it. So 50% food production, definitely want to build some food. 4 turns, takes a little while. We've got 9 turns left on the Squiggoth. Built the Dakajet. I'm not going to build anything else here. Working on squig herds for food, so yeah, that's fine. Yeah, energy, we're still positive 5. Maybe it's already calculating, it can't already be calculating the drain for the upkeep before I build the unit. It'll take the resources that I need for initial construction, but I don't think it would adjust anything for the turn-to-turn upkeep or anything. So I know I've got 1 more fighter on the way. Yeah, next turn we'll have another one. That'll put us at +2 then for energy. So we can just kind of hang out at that point for a little while with the fighters we've got. Attacking the boss is not a good idea. Should know better by now. Heal the boss up before we have him attack. Have the knobs attack as well, I guess. Why are you only doing 0.3 damage? It must have been screwy. The estimate must have been borked or something weird going on there. It seems to like putting units out here, so I might move something up just to have view. If he is going to produce anything else. It looks like even from here I don't have view of this spot. Go ahead and jink with them just in case. I was hoping I'd have view of this particular tile, but it's dark, so I don't think I do. I'll leave them all there. Let's actually park you down here. My other air base will make Need healing. He's already back to full health. I'll move him down here just in case something else comes back for repairs. We'll be able to grab a bunch of guys on it. Get another Decagit. Yeah, so we're now at +2, so I'm going to hold off on building any jets for now, so we'll just kind of leave that with the Grothuts. That's fine. Population increased. Maybe building another battle wagon, or production's good. Yeah, maybe pump out a few battle wagons possibly here. So Destroyer Lord. Some Overwatch shots, probably not going to do much damage though. Trying to hurt my level 10 war boss. Which I think we'll shuffle over so we can add both move in and do attacks. Before I forget, we'll have the Jakara digital weapon also do some damage. Actually, Nob was doing quite a bit. Pretty good damage there. Making me proud. So I know I can't spot anything from here, so I'm just going to pull back. There's not much point in being here if I can't spot anything in that tile. Kind of leave the Air Force at the ready here. Trying to get through the turns a little faster, too. Let's see. I think I'm actually going to put him over here. I have sort of a secondary Air Force here, because I'm not sure where we're going to have to go once we build the Squiggoth. Capital, we've got food, we've got Battle Wagon, we've got the Squiggoth coming. That's all we really need for right now. Up here we must have built Squig herds for food. Can't clear any tiles, so I've got to actually grab another tile. At some point, we do have one spot left. Production's okay. What do we got here? Energy. Yeah, let's go ahead and grab some more energy production, since we've got a little bit of a bonus there. And you guys are working on Gratzats for population. Then we can throw some more food or energy or something out there. We're holding off on building more units because we've got just an insane number of units we're trying to keep track of. That's new. Or just something I haven't seen, anyway. Annihilation Barge we've got down here on the right. It's pretty good damage. Unit discovered, Annihilation Barge. Anti-infantry vehicle unit. That's not going to do him a lot of good. Annihilation Barges are the Necron's favored anti-infantry support platforms. At the Overlord's command, the Annihilation Barge's ancient repulsor sleds are coaxed back into life, and the vehicles accompany the Tomb World army to war. Each is armed with a linked pair of Tesla destructors, enormous energy cannons that fire arcs of crackling energy and are death to lightly armored targets. Got Gauss cannons, yeah, range 2 for everything. Shouldn't be a problem. Mobs are a little banged up, so we'll heal them up before we do anything else. Damage. Well, I can just outright destroy you. Alright, we'll have you just kill them off. Don't know if he's building that just because it was faster to build. I'm not sure what the AI's priorities are at this point. Let's do as many attacks as we can. We'll get more influence that way. Send in the War Boss, see what kind of damage he can do. So we've got a Jink available. Let's send somebody in here. Should be okay at range. But we'll Jink anyway, use one of the low-level guys. Get some experience. Everybody else can just kind of hang out. Increased up here, everything else is fine. Produce Gratzats, so we've got a little bit of room to grow. Let's go ahead and just up our food production a little bit more. Otherwise, you can stay put. So 6 turns for a Squiggoth. Still 5 turns for Gorkanaut, so we'll try next turn start working on Gorkanaut as well. For right now, that's fine. Okay, made squig herds, so that's upping our food production a bit. It is just a massive 50% food bonus here, so maybe we'll just keep pumping some food in there. More food production. I'm actually going to have to increase my population here pretty quick. We're almost maxed out. Yeah, so we're at 5 turns now. So let's work on a Gorkanaut as well, I think. 160 ore. We're doing good on ore, relatively. Yeah, why not? That should work out okay. Let's see. Do some more attacks, just to get more influence. Try to do as many as I can. Let's pull the war boss back. He's fully healed up. We'll just heal up the knobs then. So trying to go through this a little faster. Have things fairly well under control. I'd like to at least get to having the first Squiggoth built before we finish today. So I am feeling a little time pressure. Everything here is fine. Don't need to do anything else. Same here, same here. And we're actually running negative energy now, so we want to build some energy production here fairly soon. I've got an okay margin, but I'm trying to do everything I can just to keep it right, just barely positive if I can, at least. Didn't see any unit production that turn. So we just produced another battle wagon. Work on another one, that's fine. Have some more power in a turn. So I think everybody's fairly well set. We'll pull him back. Not seeing anything else. Else. Fine, you're fine, you're fine. Alright, next turn. So another one of those annihilation barges. Bigger whips increases production output of Runherd grounds. We're gonna need a bigger whip. Runherd Gark Snotsmear shortly before Squiggoth stepped on him. So is that going to speed things up? Nope, still 3. Research. Rapid decomposition is very tempting. More ore when I kill stuff is interesting. But since we are going to have a few Squiggoths, hopefully, I think we'll go ahead and do the Hammer of Wrath, so that'll increase the amount of damage that we can do. Special ability. Affects Death Copters too, and I have a few of those, but they're kind of a fragile unit, mainly a scout, so I don't really use them too much for frontline combat. Produce power, so we're now positive everything except influence. Our wall level keeps dropping because we have kind of a big drain on influence, and we're not fighting enough to make up for that. So I might actually want to increase my influence as well. But I think we've run out of building spots here. So just quickly looking, I don't see anything with an influence bonus. I could go ahead and grab the recaf leaf just because it'll give a little bit of a bonus to loyalty and food production, I think, for the city. Otherwise, probably energy is going to be the best thing for me. Yeah, just 'cause it's quick, we're just going to grab this first, and then we'll grab other stuff. I'm kind of tired of my donut-shaped city here, so we'll just make it a complete city. Got more food production on the way. Here we've got more food production on the way. I'm actually going to pull the war buggies off the line, park them on some orkoid fungus to heal up. And we'll bring in another low-level fighter, finish these guys off. Actually move you out. Okay, 3 more turns. We'll have the Squiggoth. Not going to do anything else there. I'll hold off on building more units as well in the other cities. There's 3 units at the same time. Yeah, Overwatch is not doing a lot of damage there. Need to get in close and personal to do my damage. So shooting at range, not so much. Don't have as many shots with him maybe in this position, but he's kind of toast. Having the knobs and my war boss there right next to him, either one of them could just wipe him out. I don't really even need anything else. I know there's some other stuff that went running back. I'm not going to go chasing quite yet. I mean, I could with air units, but yeah, for right now, that's fine. Alright, 2 turns. We produced squig herds, so more food production. We're going to have to go ahead and grab another tile here. Looking for any good energy spots. Be nice to up my energy a little bit. Looks like just 20% is all I've got for options. I suppose we can build 3. Just grab that. Yeah, building quite a bit more food. So we'll have a lot more food coming in, so we definitely can build another Squiggoth pretty quick. I mean, it doesn't actually increase the speed, but we'll have enough that the upkeep isn't going to impact me too much for running me negative. Population increased, fine. Yeah, I think we saw a hero in the back there, so he's summoning those Praetorians. But it gives me something to fight. Let me see if I can spot him with my choppers here. Yeah, got all kinds of stuff. Never have any shots from this location, but could be a whole lot worse. I can increase the damage of my war boss here. Let's see, between the two of them, we can take out the Praetorians. Still have my Jakara digital weapon as well. Why not? Still not dead. Yeah, it must be the Necrons are saying we are the law. I just keep saying we are the law pop up when I'm fighting them. Yeah, I don't think the Orks are saying we are the law. That would be kind of odd. Taking some spider shots. Okay, let's see how much damage we can do against the Lord here. Just with fighters. Let me go ahead and plan on jinking here in case we get shot at by the city. I think we're out of range, but I'm not positive. It could make some other stuff too. So we can kind of check out everything in the entire city while we're at it here, too. The characters are quite resilient. Kind of hard to stand up to this kind of firepower, but still, it's actually taken a lot of shots and surviving. So especially the Necrons, because they heal, can be quite difficult to deal with. But all the characters are pretty tough. Finally, he goes down. Took 5 fighters to kill him off. Pretty amazing. Actually, they got shot up, didn't they? Nope. Yeah, they're all fine. Alright, we got another battle wagon. Built our squig herds for more food production, so food's doing pretty well. I have such a massive bonus here that I think I'm just going to keep throwing food in there, but actually I do need space for my population to grow, so I think I'm going to have to build some Grotz huts. Do I want to waste 50% food production, though? No, let's build food. While we're at it, I guess we can throw another battle wagon out there. We're doing pretty good on ore. Ore upkeep is good. Next turn we'll have the Squiggoth and another Gorkanaut. So grab the tile here. So looking at energy, let's grab a tile. It's like all 20%. Do have room for 3 things here, so let's grab the tile. We've got build 3 stuff on, 3 things on without having to clear tile first. Grabbing a tile here. Chapter 6. Finish the Runhard Grounds, built the Gargantuan Squiggoth, reward 200 influence, which isn't that big a deal. Yeah, this is kind of what I expected. Kill anyone who comes close, zog them all. Objective, survive invasion for 20 turns. Rewards, victory! So we're being invaded by something. Unfortunately, got all of these sort of undefended spots out here that are giving me resources that are probably going to get lost. Ah, look at this. We've got some Necrons showing up, so I guess it's a Necron invasion. So it's kind of like the Necron one, which is actually just sort of the same. Wow, that's crazy. Gargantuan Squiggoth, they are not kidding. That is pretty gargantuan. Pretty cool. So I'm looking for gray spots on the map, and that's the only one that I see. Oh, here's one. They took over, or are about to take over this position from me. Unfortunately, I've got a lot of these cities that don't have a lot of defenses. So we have Stormraven Gunship. Heavily armed and armored airborne transport unit. Stormraven gunship streak into battle with their weapons blazing, flak whipping around them as they rake the foe with bolts, blasts, and warheads. More akin to a flying tank than a conventional dropship, the Stormraven is the most versatile aircraft in the arsenal of the Adeptus Astartes. Fast, maneuverable, resilient, boasting prodigious firepower and substantial transport capabilities, the Stormraven can perform many different roles. Interesting. So we have Space Marines and Necrons. The Doom Scythe, versatile airborne fighter unit. Doom Scythes are heralds of terror and dismay. The supersonic fighter craft range ahead of a Necron army, drawing upon their strategic data stacks to operate with virtual autonomy. Whether performing terror raids as a precursor to invasion, keeping the air free of enemy aircraft, or launching overwhelming strike missions against key strategic targets, Doom Scythe pilots will complete their task with merciless precision. And Immortals, medium-ranged armored infantry unit. Even before biotransference, the Immortals were the elite soldiers of the Necron tier and marched at the forefront of their galactic conquests. Reborn into tireless metal bodies, they are now the shock troops of each Tomb World's armies. Where Necron warriors are but fodder to be fed to the guns of the foe, Immortals are far more valuable to their overlords and will be deployed accordingly. Heavily armed and armored, they will stop at nothing for the completion of their master's goals, and will often be found at the heart of any crushing offensive or punitive counterattack. Well, I think we're going to have to send out the Air Force in various different directions to kind of spot stuff coming in. If it's like it was with the Necrons, they're going to come in from a lot of the edges of the map, just at random. So it's not like I'm going to be able to see them coming, they're just going to kind of suddenly appear. So if I look on the map, it's a little hard to see, but there is, the gunship there, got view of the Doom Scythe there, the Immortals here, only because they're on top of the tile that I control. I don't see anything else, but that doesn't mean there isn't anything else. Like this, I'm pretty sure used to be mine, but is now gray. So I think we're going to have to do a little bit of scouting. So a good amount of production here. Yeah, let's go ahead and just go with the stuff here first, because that'll be easier to keep track of. I think it's just the one unit we got to deal with. So just in case something is approaching from this general direction, let's just kind of take a look back this way. Stuff could be approaching from the edge of the map, too, which would be kind of a problem if they just suddenly show up here in the back of my forces. Not something I'm going to be super happy about. Take experimental procedure, just lasts for a few turns, extra damage, and a little bit damage reduction. Now I'll just heal them up. Send the war boss forward. Just wreck these guys' day. I think we're going to disperse most of the Air Force that's here, different directions, kind of looking around for targets. So since I do have an enemy up here, we're going to send at least a couple guys that direction to kind of check things out. Maybe make it 3. Kind of just heading in different directions, sort of scouting. checking the edge of the map as well in case something just suddenly shows up. And try to keep some units together, at least 3 or 4 of the fighters at the same time. Same location, just so I can maximize my firepower. If I do run into anything, try to kill it off. So try to spot stuff, but also, if we can, looking at killing things. Let's pull back here a little bit. So here, I know I've got this, but I think I've also probably have something out here where we lost this. Now, even jinking, we just took a massive amount of damage there. Alright, copters. Let's see if we can scout a little bit here. I'm not seeing anything, but I'm sure there's got to be something back over here. Let's jink just in case something shows up. Send in the Gorkanaut, take some shots as we go in, probably. Should be able to take it. Quite a lot of damage, 21, wow. Good squiggy. Send in the tanks. Well, I'm glad I built the other Gorkanaut there at the same time. Unfortunately, moving through here to get through my cities to defend them if they get attacked is quite difficult with ground troops. We've got these really narrow passages, and there's a lot of terrain height differences and also forest and ruins, so it's really slow to get through. So that is kind of unfortunate. Yeah, try to keep an eye out for any spots where I see enemies, but I'm a little worried out here, this particular city being especially isolated. So we may have to send some more aerial troops out that way. See if we scout a little bit this way, see if we see anything. That's definitely something. Well, that wasn't good. Land Raider. To throw a tank at, or tank bust a bomb at it is all we can really do. Land Raider. Massively armored transport units. The ground trembles and enemies flee in fear as the mighty Land Raider advances into battle. Massively armored and all but unstoppable, the noble war engine smashes through walls and grinds over wreckage while drumming volley after volley of fire into the foe. Beams of incandescent energy slam into enemy tanks, knifing through their armored holes and reducing them to blazing fireballs. Thudding, bolt shells punch into the flesh of the foe before detonating in shocking sprays of gore. The kill count climbs with each passing moment as the Land Raider advances across the war zone, especially once the tank's assault ramp slams down and its Aseptus Astartes passengers charge out to add to the carnage. Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, some like tanks, Space Marines and Necrons both attacking me at the same time seems excessive. Let's see if the Mega Knobs can do anything. A little bit of damage. Unfortunately, this terrain here is really going to slow down my ability to get to these guys. Unless I want to park on wire lead and take damage. Definitely going to lose some units here, I think. So what do we have here? 125 health, 7 armor. Close combat has okay damage, 6 armor penetration. Big choppa. We have a super lava. 2 super labas. Range of 3. Increased armor penetration against vehicles and fortifications, not usable by infantry after moving. So most labas are noisy. Our large, noisy mortars are typically mounted on a battle wagon, so this is 3 range if I don't move. So it's sort of artillery, that's kind of cool. Twin-linked big shooters. So more of an artillery piece here with the Squiggoth. A little bit of close combat ability. Aura of Fear reduces melee damage of adjacent enemy units. Stomp. So we can use that on adjacent enemies as well. 6 armor penetration, 23 damage is pretty good. So we could probably attack and stomp in the same turn. So I think I'm actually going to pull somebody out here. We'll move the Squiggoth down, keeping him inside the city. Take shots, anything that shows up that we could see. Not real happy about this Land Raider being out here, unfortunately. Have to advance Gorkonauts. No shots because of the Imperial Ruins blocking all my shots. Don't have any view from there. Let's just move up a little bit. I'm trying to at least send a couple units maybe through this way. It's kind of slow going though. kind of blocking with the battle wagons here. Infantry, the weird boys, and the boss will kind of keep towards the center here for now. Don't think we're going to actually move these guys out quite yet because we don't know where the center of the attack is coming from. It could be coming from all different directions at the same time, though. So for now, these guys will stay where they're at. Mechs will stay where they're at. So we made the Waaaggghhh, we made the Gorkanaut. Population maxed out. We'll have to do something about that. So I think we'll have to grab another tile here once we've got the food production going. Now we are working on another battle wagon. We can pump out another Gorkanaut in 5 turns. Let's go ahead and do that. Because we've got flyers around, I am actually going to go ahead and make them mech guns as well. And I've got the resources, so let's build another Waaaggghhh. Why not? But I'll hold off on building any other characters because we've got quite a few around. A Pain Boy might be useful. Yeah, let's go ahead and do a Pain Boy as well. So here, population increased. I can only build vehicles and stuff here, so let's go ahead and start working on a battle wagon. You guys are kind of the same. So you acquired a tile. What do we need to do? Probably going to go with energy production here. So let's go energy. And let's make... Oh, we don't have enough ore for a battle wagon. As we've got energy, let's go ahead and do a Dakajet then. So we can producing stuff everywhere to kind of have at least some local defenses. So I'm actually kind of at where I was planning on probably ending for the day, so I think we're going to have to call it there. Military stuff is done, so we just have to survive for 20 turns. I think we should be fine at surviving for 20 turns. It's just how much damage we're going to take in the meantime. I think I've got a pretty massive army, so if I can concentrate enough fire and wipe out stuff as it shows up, I should be okay. It's just the unpredictability of where stuff is going to come from and spawn. So that's going to be kind of more of an issue for me. Terrain issues like this are going to be bad as well, not going to help. I suppose I could send out some mechs to clear some terrain, but that's kind of putting them in a lot of danger. But yeah, that's going to be... Oh, actually, what I should do, since I wasn't thinking, since the Gorkanaut here did get hit, let's go ahead and send some guys out to repair it up. Every little bit helps. I'll just move back in case something does come at the city here. Keep the mechs out of harm's way. Yeah, I think that's going to be about it. I'm a little concerned about this Land Raider. These tank bustas are pretty much going to die no matter what. A little concerned about the cities being able to defend them depending on what comes at them, how much, and from where. This one's probably at the most risk, but we'll see if I can send a bunch of flyers up to maybe help out. Got 3 there. We'll send up definitely. Probably should divert a couple more in that direction as well. We'll see what shows up down here as well. I don't really need to defend this. I may just abandon and send this force away. Just kind of looking around to see if I see any other enemy units. But yeah, I think we probably definitely have something. Definitely. We most likely have something out here since this went gray. I'm pretty sure I had this under my control. But we're going to divert a good number of battle wagons and stuff that way. few flyers, see what we find. Alright, that's going to be it for today, I think. Let me go ahead and save it before anything else happens, just in case something goofy happens when I try to stop streaming. Alright, thanks for hanging out. If you're interested in earlier parts of the stream, all other stuff is up on my YouTube channel, which is also DisturbingPuppet, which is one word. Twitch only holds on to things for a couple of weeks, so anything older than that I've got up there. So my Necron stream from this game is on there, the earlier parts of this stream is on there, and all kinds of other games that I've played over the past year or so, I guess. Not quite a year that I've been kind of playing around with streaming and stuff, is up on the YouTube channel. Older stuff, of course, is going to be a little rough, but I think I'm getting a little better, maybe. So yeah, thanks for hanging out. Hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good one.